Hello, Capricorn. Today I'm doing a tarot reading for your sign. I've already shuffled the cards and dealt them face down. I always do that beforehand so you guys don't have to wait. And we're going to flip them over together, see what's in store for you for about the next 2 weeks or so. So the first position actually talks about the recent past, though. So stuff that's been going on with you. So let's take a look. I call this the position of the back. I'm going to explain the names. I have my own names for all the positions. I'm going to explain as I go. So the cards I have are the 10 of Cups with the ear. So in the recent past, we've been very receptive to the advice or like the requests from our family, from the people who we live with, anyone who we find familiar, like roommates, people like that. That is all the 10 of Cups. The people who we live with or our family, familiar people. And the ear is just being receptive. So maybe you've just been open to the requests or the needs of the people around you. That's been going on. Maybe there have been a lot of requests or needs. Or maybe it's just people have been talking to you a lot. You know, your family, the people who you live with. I'm not sure, but let's keep going because I am going to look and see exactly what they're talking about. But I want to do that in just a second after I look at the other cards. So the next position talks about what's going on in your mind. This is the position of the head. So it's your thoughts and your strategies at the moment, Capricorn. Interesting. So we've got judgment. We've got a plan to do something big, to make some kind of big move. And also with Mercury here, that is like to move. It's a move. This is the shake up, and this is the move. So there's something we're gonna do that involves like communicating to a lot of people all at once, essentially. It's almost like grand opening. That's what I'm getting here, is like grand opening. Like if you were opening a shop, this would be grand opening time. But take that metaphorically because that energy applies in a lot of different ways, however that applies for you. Again, I'm gonna look at, what the grand opening is for in just a second when I pull more cards, but I wanna get all the cards out first. So there's 3 more positions. The next one is the position of the heart. This tells me how you guys are feeling. Let's see. We've got the King of Swords with the door. So not a lot of feeling, which kind of makes sense because you guys are Capricorn. You guys are more about the doing than about the feeling, which I totally enjoy as an Aries, right? Fire and earth go really well together, at least from the way I've experienced. I don't know about astrologically, but I've experienced that to be true. Anyway, and so the King of Swords is very unemotional. And so we're kind of operating from an unemotional place, from a logical place. We've got these big plans, these big shakeups, and this grand opening that's running through our minds. But we're operating like cool, it's just something we're doing. We're just keeping it cool and keeping it unemotional. With the door, it's just the facts. It's just the opportunity. It is the moment where this thing is going to be open, right? The big grand open. The moment that the event happens that we're planning, that involves like telling a lot of people all at once about this thing that's happening, that's the door. But we're just keeping our cool about it. In fact, I think that's deliberate too. Anyway, let's keep going. The position of the hand is the next position, and this tells me your current actions. What are you guys actually doing at the current moment about this? Now, I see your plan is this grand opening, but is it happening at the moment? Let's see. Scorpio with the 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. So there's still currently there's a lot of shelling out of money. It seems to me like there's been expenses. This is expenses right here. This is literally like having to pay rent, having to pay your bills, or having to just pay a chunk of money that we didn't really want to pay with Scorpio here. It may not be something we expected, or even if we did, we didn't want to pay it. And the 6 of Pentacles is a lot of times it's like bills. Because 6 of Pentacles, it's almost to me like recurring payments here. But this is like one recurring payment that is like, it hurts. This is a big one. And we're paying, and I think so that we can follow it up, remember the strategy here with the grand opening, so that we can then tell everybody, be like, look, we bought this or we did this, and now we can unveil it. All right, the last position is the position of the foot. This is the short-term future. What is actually going to come of this? And remember, I am going to go back and look at this too, because I want to find out what kind of payment, you know, how much payment, you know, like I was saying before, it could have been like a landlord, it could have been bills. I'm going to find out what that is, but I'll do that in a second. So in the short-term future, though, what is coming up is an unfortunate, is actually being disappointed with how this news breaks. So we have this big plan for how we're going to like let everybody know, like, ta-da, we did this, it's this grand opening. It's not gonna like go like we planned. Like maybe we're not gonna get as much feedback. Like imagine if, you know, you have a Facebook page that you just open and you're expecting like a lot of people to show up and like it and they don't. You know, it's that sort of a thing. That's what I'm getting, is like we're not going to be happy with the results with regards to the exposure that we get, which is part of the plan here. It's like news. We're like delivering news to a lot of people as part of this plan. And it's unfortunately not going to pan out as well as we want to. Now, I'm going to pull advice after this because maybe there is a way that we can maneuver this such that it works out in your favor. But at the moment, it's looking like it may not. So we'll do advice at the end. But for now, let's go to the beginning. And I want to look at, remember, we're going all the way back to just being receptive with family. Maybe, you know, I think it is, perhaps this grand unveiling is to your family. Maybe you've been working on something that you haven't told your family. And this is going to be an unveiling. Let's see. So I'm asking, again, the 10 of Cups with the ear here. This is what I'm going to be asking about. What have we been talking about with our friends and with our family members, with our roommates, the people we live with? What's the gossip? Okay, there is something major happening with Jupiter. It's like, if Jupiter, it's like someone's getting something, someone's gaining something, or someone's like just got lucky and is just getting something awesome, and that is the big news. That's what's been floating around. I think it's been coming, right? I think it's been going around that probably you, I'm guessing you, Capricorn, but it could, again, be vice versa. Somebody you're dealing with is getting some kind of big present or payoff that you're going to end up telling everybody about. But like I was saying before, there is an investment that sucks. Let's remember that. There is a payment here, but the payment is worth it. It seems like it's something you want to invest in because it's going to be benefit. It's going to be to your benefit. It's like something you want to build off of. But yeah, this is like something we've been discussing with family. Look at these next 3 cards. It's just something we've been talking about with family that is like been a plan really in the depths. Like it's been really, really in the back burner for a while. And it's been like we've kept it only between us and family, and now we're ready to break the news to the rest of the world. Essentially, that's what's going on here, okay? And again, if this isn't happening with you, could be just vice versa, a person you're dealing with who has this news, who's about to break it to the world. So anyway, let's look at the news. What is the news? That's what I want to see. So let's look at this card combination. Again, this is the position of the head, which is the strategy here. The strategy is to break the news. Tell me about judgment with Mercury in the position of the head for my Capricorns. Okay. The key. So this is a secret. Like I was saying, it's like it's only been something you've been discussing with your friends and family, but no one else. Okay? And the strategy is to keep it a secret until the moment where it's like ready to be told to everybody. We're going to keep it just amongst family. That's the idea. That's the strategy. Let's keep going. I think the heart position is pretty clear. It's like I'm trying to keep cool and I'm basically trying to not get too excited about something that hasn't quite happened yet before it happens and before I can actually tell everybody about it. That's what this is. It's like, I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to get excited until it actually happens. That's all. Let's move on. So I do want to see what this payment is, like what we've been actually having to pay off first, you know? What is the 6 of Pentacles with Scorpio, please, in position of the hand for my Capricorns? Tell me about this position of Aquarius. Okay, interesting. It's like something we've had to pay off either for the benefit of just like other people, or it's just, this could just be talking about bills, like I was saying, because Aquarius is like society, you know. It could, if this is and it also could be different for each and every one of you. This could be like something that hurts your pocket that you had to pay on behalf of, like, let's say it's like an older parent, let's say, that you take care of, or you have to pay their bills or something, you know. You're either paying it on behalf of someone else, or you're paying it to Aquarius energy is just to the greater whole of society. But it is, I think, you know, it could be to multiple people. Like, we have to just pay off multiple people here. Multiple people. I wonder why. Because I am getting the rabbit with the 3 with Gemini on the bottom. That's like telling me multiple people. Like, we have to pay a lot of people, essentially. So I don't know why we had to pay off a lot of people. It could be just like part of the plan. Remember, like, we have been planning something. We've had something in the background, on the back burner, that we've been kept just between family, that is going to involve some big news. But I think that does require buying whatever this is, or investing in whatever this is, before we can unveil it, you know, and tell everybody about the big news. This would be like buying a boat, you know, and then keeping it super quiet until you're ready to tell your friends and family, literally, when it gets there. So, but in this case, I feel like it's not a boat, because this feels like it's buying more than one thing or paying off more than one person. Anyway, let's look at the short-term future. This is telling me that we're not happy with the news we get for some reason, or the news we deliver. We're not happy with the news that we get or we deliver. Why not? Tell me the position of the foot for my Capricorns. Tell me the position of the foot for my Capricorns. The foot, please. Short-term future. I'm looking at like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, okay? Could be longer. I mean, if the information wants to come out even for a month, it will. But if it's important enough, it will. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Timing. I think that you're trying to keep cool until... You're like trying to not get excited until the moment comes. Unfortunately, so much time passes that we get upset. We got upset that we don't get to deliver this news because we have to wait. That's what I'm seeing. But again, this is just 2-3 weeks. So maybe beyond that, it's just we have to wait a little bit longer. On the bottom, Saturn, restriction, just being held back, more time, like I was saying. It's just having to wait. This is literally having to wait. Look at that, Saturn with the hourglass, having to wait. That's why we get upset. Anyway, let's do advice, because it looks like you guys got a lot going on. You got investments, and you're ready to unveil this big news, big plan, big object, big thing that's going to be like exciting. 2 of Swords, again, communication. This is advice, by the way, that I'm pulling. So communication, maybe you just go ahead and tell people. You don't have to hold back until the thing that until it's there, until you can use it. Maybe you can just tell people about it maybe you can get excited about it and tell people about it. On the bottom, the Empress with the 9 of Swords. So yeah, there's a little bit of just like restlessness. I'm actually getting restlessness from this. Just waiting, sitting still, like the Empress. Sitting and waiting is just making you kind of batshit. Waiting to just talk about it, just spit it out, you know? That's what I'm getting here. Alright, let's do an Oracle card. Let's do an Oracle card. So the advice here is to go ahead and just tell people. You don't have to wait for, you could start the changes along. Like this thing that is going to be like a big unveiling is going to make changes, but you can start those ahead of time. Virgo, bring attention to it. Talk about it. Gloat, brag, It's okay to gloat and brag about it, even if the object isn't ready and right in front of you, ready to use. Just do it. It's gonna make you feel better. You're kind of getting driven crazy, like waiting to like spit out the big news. So just go ahead and say it. Okay? That's the advice. That's it. That's all I keep getting here is just go ahead and say it. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel good. Feel free to brag. Feel free to say it, you know? And I think that's going to be it, Capricorn. That's great. I wish you guys the best of luck on your big purchase or this big boon that you're getting, right? That you may have to pay for, but still it's a boon. Yeah, and that sounds great. So I wish you guys the best couple of weeks, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button. That really helps me out, helps the video circulate. Aside from that, have a great 2 weeks. See you next time. Take care.